Okay, we finally opened mercenaries and we're used retainers policy card, so Jongs will cost 2 times less niter and I can get more Jongs because I'm on a niter deficit. Naval crusade is about to begin. It is turn 96 Jonka push. Somehow AI doesn't care about my military power. 3, 2, 1, can we? No, maybe next turn? No, it's this turn. She's quite surprised. I have Jonks, I have Caravillas, and it's 28 city defense cities. It's not even a challenge. You will see they have no fleet, and it's archipelago map with the naval sieves. Come on, game! What a chad, trying to achieve religious victory on the naval map. That's super interesting gameplay, but unfortunately it will never work. Conquer it once again, I think it's the third time during the game. Yay, achievements unlocked! Okay, we finally opened mercenaries and we're used retainers policy card, so Jongs will cost 2 times less niter and I can get more Jongs because I'm on a niter deficit. You should keep in mind that you must, if you're rushing something with the niter units, you must have this policy card. This allows you to build or upgrade more, 2 times more units, and with an online speed it costs you not 5 but only 2 niter. It's even better on an online speed. Even though I have a lot of gold, it's still an issue for me. I don't think I can upgrade all my fleets. So we're saving gold, extra coin per unit. We could build Warlord's Throne. It also work on the naval units as well. So it's kind of one of the best buildings for an aggressive civs. But unfortunately it gives you no simming bonuses. That's sad. But as you can see, I haven't finished tier 1 Governor Plaza building and focusing on getting that Admiral. It is way too late. If it was a multiplayer game, there would be no Admirals already. That is why you must do those projects way earlier. Anyway, right now I'm planning to get 4 trade routes to boost medieval fairs and aiming for exploration civic. Attacking someone without Admiral or Twilight Whaler is kinda suicide, but luckily we're playing against dummies, so that won't be a problem for us. It is time to go, and our naval crusade is about to begin. Oh yeah, but voting first. So with a better balanced game, you have voting in a medieval, so it will affect game earlier. And of course, split up diplomatic victory for 20 turns. That is the case. So we have quite good utility resolutions, nothing super strong, but we have double bonus from a city-state and double great person points from specific districts. So I picked great admirals and aiming scientific city-state. I'd like to aim for a yellow one, but in most cases AIs will vote for science. So as always, AI aiming for science. Blue city-states and great science points. I definitely would like to see more great admirals, and in the multiplayer game it certainly would be great admirals, especially on archipelago map. But well, we are not in a multiplayer game. So I finally started my movement. Maybe it's not the best timing. It is turn 96 Jonka push. I'm not sure how to correctly convert it on an online speed, but I believe I could play way better and could farm a bit more science and culture. But anyway, it's time for me to rush. Somehow, AI doesn't care about my military power, they just doing their own things. Kinda religious war only, you know that AIs. Yuck. And the biggest mistake I have now, it's not a crucial mistake, but it definitely must be done. I don't have enough escort units. So as you know, Jonks has extra military strength when they're escorting someone. So you must have at least scouts with them. You can of course use any units. Sometimes it's even a horseman because, well, you have to build horsemen. Unlike me, people are building horsemen to defend themselves, but because we're on an archipelago map, there was no need of horsemen at all. So even without escort units or with a too few escort units, we're still advancing toward Dido. I'm slowly upgrading all my boats with an extra niter, and there is nothing much else I can do in my main cities. So I'm still aiming for that admiral. I don't have admiral for junks, but they're quite cool. As you can see, when you're playing Indonesia, another cool thing that you can buy quadrimas while you have not enough niter. That's even easier, so you don't have to trade that niter with your allies, or you don't have to build junks in one city and build quadrimas in another city. That's super easy for Indonesia to fill its ranks with an extra quadrima that can be upgraded into junks later. I don't have that many phase per turn, but if there was Shingeti on the map, it would be way better. But from another hand, I have extra gold from other cities or extra science, because I'm trading with a blue and a yellow city states right now. I'm trying to fix my mistakes and making escort units with all junks I can find, but I don't want to waste extra production on constructing units, and I guess it is time to declare a surprise war to Dido. 3, 2, 1, can we? No, maybe next turn? No, it's this turn. She's quite surprised, but well, that is what you have. That is what you get when you're not paying attention what's your neighbor's military power score. In a multiplayer, in most cases, when you're attacking someone with caravellas, people will build walls as the last bastion of defense, and it might really affect your advance. But Indonesia doesn't really care because of junks. They will deal with those walls in a one or two shots, and you eventually can take all naval cities of your opponents. But when you're playing against AIs, it's completely different thing. Somehow, when you're playing against real strategy AIs, they don't even have that walls, that precious walls that might slow my advance, that might save their lives. They doesn't really care. I don't even know what they're actually doing because there is no uh, harbor districts. There is not that many scientific districts, and all I can see once again it's a useless holy site for three of my opponents. Anyways, uh, it's a Jong Rush. Maybe they was not prepared for this type of gameplay. I don't know. I got a free settler. That's nice. And look at that, extra niter on a single tile island. That's a great new city. Somehow I used to play against late game AIs, and the loyalty there is kind of bugged, or I don't know, it just can't hold cities which you just took. So I raised that city. Maybe it was a mistake because I will find out in a couple of seconds that it is not necessary to raise all these cities because I can actually hold them. The pressure, their loyalty pressure is not that high. And I'm surprised about that. If you know a good mod for balancing that loyalty pressure for a late game AI, please share, because you just can't have aggressive wars with a late game AI. I tried so hard and you just can't take cities. You have to raise them again, again, and again. If you check my previous videos with, I don't know, Mongolia or Alexander, you can see that I'm mostly raising cities, and only if I can't raise city like a capital, I'm trying to keep it. And I don't know who thought it would be a great idea to boost loyalty pressure. It's not that easy thing. Even in a vanilla game, loyalty is quite massive thing there, and you even boosting that. That's kind of weird. So we're advancing rapidly. Dido can't withstand against this massive armada. We're taking more than a city per turn, and it's quite a good tempo. It's even okay, I guess, taking city per 2 turns, but usually when you're taking city per turn, that means you're dominating in the war. And here you can see I just took 2 previous turn, I took 2 cities this turn, and it's only a matter of distance, not a matter of resistance. I'm still trying to find balance between impossible game mode with like level 10 AIs. It's really hard to play against that AIs, and super easy AIs like this one. Even though it's deity AIs, you can see they can't do nothing about well played build order. And in my opinion, it's not even a well played build order. It's kind of some sort of build order. It's like I know what I have to do, but I don't know all details about how to min-max the things with this build order, and I'm still able to crush those deity AIs. What the actual hell? I might try level 10 or maybe level 7 late game AIs in a future game, but for this one, it's not even a challenge. It's like a practice, so you can have a good multiplayer game later. I don't know, that's how it feels. Because look at this. I have Jonks, I have Caravillas, and it's 28 city defense cities. It's not even a challenge, somehow. And the biggest thing here that the city is so trashy, I don't even want to hold them. It's only one district or no districts at all. And other EIs like, oh, something going on there. Maybe we should do something. Maybe we should build any units. No, they're like, oh well, Dido is dying. Well, I guess I can somehow achieve sneaky religious victory. And they're spending all their not science, all their face. They're spending all their face to get even more religious units, while they'll just to have, well, just they have to build some naval units. They was not prepared for a naval aggression. You will see they have no fleet, and it's archipelago map with the naval thieves. Come on, game. I guess that is the biggest reason why people are most likely playing Pangea, because AIs just don't know how to play at different maps. Maybe it's some sort of Firaxis feature. Maybe they like spend no money on the bot development. As I know, these bots are the same bots that they used in the Civilization 5 game, so not a big difference, and that's the biggest problem, because bots don't know how to use districts, they don't know how to benefit from district placement. Well, at least they aware that siege units are doing great against naval units, so we're gonna see a catapult, and it might be some start of something bigger, but well, actually it's not. Yeah, I figured out that the loyalty is not that strong this time, so I can even keep those cities, but this is a trashy cities. There is only one district or no districts at all, and it does looks like Dido just died, lol. It was one of the easiest game I've played against deity bots, so I became to a conclusion that real strategy AI kinda make game too easy. Maybe with combination real strategy AI with a combination with late game AI will do a better job, and yeah, they actually do better job. So there's only two bots left, and because it's tiny map, I won't have problems to find them. So it is time for them to die. Actually, England is kind of far away, and it's a really weird long ass archipelago. I have to sail around, and I can just move toward England cities, which gives England a bit more time to prepare herself. But you know what? Naval Civ is not rushing caravellas. That's quite weird thing. Meanwhile, at home, I'm focusing not on fleet production, but on building economy. So it's lighthouses, finally, only after Jong's upgraded lighthouses, extra traders, and of course I'm trying to boost medieval fairs. I even swapped civics, so I won't waste precious culture, because I'm in a normal age and don't have any bonuses. AI is trying to declare war, and they actually failed. Wow, I've never think this happens. I've never think that happens. It's always when there is resolution, or I don't know, emergency, it's called emergency, when this emergency, all AIs went, yeah, let's kick that boy's ass. And I'm like, oh boy, now I will have war against entire mob with a -2 military strength, which is massive, and that is one of the reasons why you don't see an emergency in a multiplayer game, and especially in a teamers, in a 4v4 game, for example. Because global -2 is crazy, and on top of that, there are some help emergencies where you can generate enormous amount of gold by just making projects. So you make projects, send gold, and the receiver will just send that gold back, and you can share it. It's a massive scam that can constantly be abused. So emergency is a bad mechanic, and Civ does have few bad mechanics, and I hope we won't have them, like disasters. Some of disasters are very bad. I'm not talking about floods, but in most cases it's a haboob, like desert haboob, snow haboob, I don't know, water haboob. And especially when you're playing Mali or Russia or Canada, and you have all your district in Chandra, and then kaboom, you have a snow haboob, and your entire core cities ruined, and you have to waste 20 more turns on online speed to fix this. It's just a random event that affects game results so badly. It's even worse than barbarian spam, and I believe you're aware that sometimes barbarians just spam unit, and instead of making districts, you stuck for 20 turns building warriors against barbarian horsemen that you can't even kill. Meanwhile, on another part of Pangaea, people are just chilling and building districts. Wow, that seems fair. So, Civilization is a single player games that have a multiplayer option and which is not quite well balanced. That is why community have its own mod. That's brilliant idea. Like, why do we have to rely on devs that basically have no resources to make all these required changes, or they don't have will. I believe they basically don't have resources. So let us build our own mod based not on our vision but on the gameplay experience, and that's really brilliant. And I'm surprised that so few games have this feature like we have in a safe game like PBG mod. Why don't every single online multiplayer game has its own community mods? I don't know. There are few mods for Stellaris, for example, but they change almost nothing. And we all know that there is a few banned combo wombos in Stellaris, or like Robot Ascension. What the hell? It's the best thing we have, and community does nothing to fix it. Well, okay, then you'll have trashy game if you don't want to do it yourself. That is why I highly recommend all of you guys to try multiplayer games. Of course, it might be some bad moments when you're playing multiplayer, but in generally, it's an absolutely new game with a superly cool, better balanced game and better balanced start mod. You should try it if you haven't, and you will see how game can shine. Okay, so while was I talking, I'm started war against England, and as I was saying earlier, there is no units at all. He does have few galleys, but because of the Royal Navy dockyard, I guess, and he does have a few catapults and some upgraded warriors. It's like he's not even realizing that he's playing archipelago map. What the hell? Of course, it would cost them like a few $1 million, but Civilization is a super successful franchise. I spent about $200 on this game, and they sold about like 5, 10, 20 million copies. I don't know exact numbers. I just remember that civ 5 sold 10 million copies, and I believe civ 6 is even more popular. It's 40k players played civ game every single day, and I think that they sold few million copies definitely. So if you spend 200 bucks on the game, or maybe $100 on a game, and they sold like 1 million copies, so it's $100 million profit. And Civ doesn't looks like a game where you spend more than 10 millions on its production. I don't know. It looks actually quite shitty, especially its performance and online stability. Oh, that's sad. Anyway, I finally opened printing that grants us extra diplovision and extra 3 military strength. I don't think any of my opponents have it, so we can just count. I have oligarchic legacy bots, never use this. They will not use oligarchy ever. Actually I don't have Twilight Whaler, but I could have Twilight Whaler, and I now have extra +3 diplovision. My next goal is of course diplomatic service, so I can build a spy and get extra extra diplomatic vision. So how does this works? When you have for each extra diplomatic vision level above your opponents, you'll get 3 military strength for your units. It's the crucial mechanic of the game. So if you have discovered printing and your opponent not, you have extra diplomatic vision, which can be converted into +3 military strength for your units. And sometimes people with a tier 2 government rushing intel agency, so you'll get a free spy before you can discover diplomatic service, and I would like to do so, and I don't know why I'm not doing that. It's weird. Somehow I'm building campuses, but it actually doesn't really matter, but it's a big mistake in a multiplayer game. I should have taken tier 2 government, and I should have started construction of intelligence agency. It would take me about 15 turns, I guess, but I would have a spy way faster than if you just aim for diplo service and construct spy. In this specific game I don't really need that because AIs are kinda too weak, and I wasn't expecting they will be so weak. I thought I will have at least a challenge. And I remind you that I played with late game AI level 10 bots, and they just crushed me down with their extreme scientific bonuses. So with this time, what is turn 110? Yeah, it's turn 108. So by the turn 110 or turn 115, they had ironclads. Can you imagine fighting ironclads with the Jongs? Haha, not only ironclads, it was ironclads fleet, so I can't do anything against them. And I was so furious about that that I just turned off a late game AI mod. And boom, what I got? Just dummies without any fleets. Oh, come on guys. Oh lol, it appears I haven't discovered exploration yet, what? Oh, okay. I'm just saving culture and planning to have 4 trade routes, right? Right? Because it's very weird. I should have opened exploration. Well, it is quite obvious that game is about to end. I have upgraded more boats and planning to attack Netherlands. Somehow, Wilhelmina didn't have even the 7 provinces units. I don't know, it's unique unit, come on, just build it. In a civilization game, unique units are too OP, and you can defend with your unique units for a couple of ages. Like for example, if you have legions, they're valid till cuirassiers. That is how hard to push through legionnaires. Well, it's of course in a multiplayer game. I'm not sure that they're quite good in a single player game, so you can just rush around with knights and you might succeed with that. Anyway, I finally got a 4th trade route. You can see it gives me some nice points, and I can finally discover exploration. Reina got its 2nd upgrade, and if you're aiming for the free inquiry and the rushing caravellas, it is good idea to get Reina instead of Pingala, because you can't build triangle with a river, harbor and commercial, and you can double it with Reina, and you can also use 100% bonus harbor policy card. So basically with Reina you can generate 50 science and 50 extra gold per turn. But I wasn't rushing Caravellas. Maybe I can rush Caravellas with Dido, I guess, or some other naval civ on the archipelago map in the future, but not now. England was kinda tricky and he built a city inside the island, so I can't reach it with the boats. But unfortunately, I already got his capital, and the only thing left for me to capture is Netherlands capital. And these guys are even trickier than England because, unlike England, Netherlands capital is on an island. It is not a coastal city somehow. I don't know what the hell is this, but it's not a coastal city. And you can see that he's rushing fucking holy site and he bailed that wonder for religious victory. What a chad trying to achieve religious victory on the naval map. That's super interesting gameplay, but unfortunately it will never work. So I'm now fighting against an entire map. It's only 2 civs, but well, actually it's only 1 civs left, Netherlands, and I was able to take a city-state back. That's nice, so we can keep trading. Even though I have massive fleet in only 4 cities, oh actually it's a bit more cities, because I occupied Dido in England, but still I have only 4 core cities, 2 few trade routes, and I still have decent plus 43 gold per turn. It is only a matter of few clicks before the game over, and I have to say in conclusion, it's kinda cool build order, you should definitely try it, maybe you need some practice, and you can beat your friends with it easily, because Indonesia is one of the best, if not the best, timing attacking civ. It's super popular, it's super strong, and it's super easy to play. Just open with the campus, follow with um, harbors, and you'll be good. If you like this type of build orders, you also might try Australia. In my opinion, it's even better than Indonesia because Australia has strong simming bonuses, similar to Indonesian, but better. And Australia can truly shine in the late game. I'm not. I doubt that Indonesia can be as strong as Australia with industrialization tech and even steam powered tech. And to be honest, Australia has the same build as Indonesia, same build order, but it's easier as for me. You of course won't have super strong Pantheon, but you have super strong forces as Australia. So try Indonesia, try Australia with this build order, and you will dominate them up even against the strongest AI. I assure you. Just don't pick just don't pick too big mob. Tiny mob is the best for any rush strategy. You can see I was able to achieve victory against level 10 bots. That's really hard. Well, not in this game, in the previous games. You should definitely check them. It's really cool. There is a really interesting rush strategy that you might use in a online game also. And I find it kinda boring games when you just sim against AIs, and I believe you guys don't really like them too. So you can write in the comments, are you okay with the simming games against AI? Because as for me, it's super lame and it's super long and it's not what I'd like to play, or maybe not what you'd like to see. So if you want me to make more content with simming thieves against AIs, I definitely can do. But I think it's funnier and it's a better content when you just crushing bots, when you humiliate them with your massive military advantage. That's the game I like. Of course, this game is not one of those because I'm not using late game AI. So, hey, look at that. We have seahorses there. They are aiming Amsterdam and about to take it. There is no walls, there is no city strength left, and there is not enough units. And all we have to do is just click, click, click through this couple of turns. So while doing so, I'm asking you once again, are you okay with this type of content? Because I've never done this before. It's like a full game in an hour or something about that, and I'm just talking about random things on top of the game. So write in the comments, do you like it or not? Do you want to have more this type of games? I have to say it's not that hard to do as other things I did. We still can talk about build order, we still can talk about what's going on in the game, but on top of that, I can share some thoughts with you that not specifically related to what is going on the screen. We can discuss how this build order can be played in different situations, like against bots or against players in a 4v4 or in a FFA or in a duels. So it's kind of cool. We've covered a lot of topics in this hour. Also, I'm not sure, should I cut this video in 3 different bits because it's only about an hour, and is it okay for you to watch it in a 3-day long journey, or it's better to just make one video with an hour long. I think this video is unique because it's super fast, and in the future I have something like 2 hours long, maybe with some cuts. I haven't cut anything, so please don't be shy, write a comment about what you think. Are you okay with this, or how would you like, or what content would you like to see on the channel? I know that you all enjoying that build orders video, like how to play Rome or how to play England, but somehow how to play Canada is one of the worst video I've done, and it took me quite a while to produce it. I don't know, it's not efficient video, unlike how to play Rome. So you can leave a request, definitely. It's better to leave it in the video below, so it's on top of that. I will know what you think about this video. It's also boost the video itself and the channel, so please don't forget to leave a comment. Anyway, there is nothing much to discuss. I'm just standing there shooting from the distance. All these units, they're like nothing. It's warriors, it's swordsmen, it's what I don't know, it's crossbowman somehow. He's not even building trebuchets or catapult, unlike England. That's very weird. Netherlands. So I believe in just a few turns we'll have a victory. Oh, actually, I escorted that horseman with a jong, so next turn is a victory. So yeah, we'll just raise the last city of Netherlands and about to achieve victory. So few shots should be done. Oh, actually I opened explorations, but the game is over by that time. And Wilhelmina is dead. I'm sorry. And the game is not over yet. Because London has revolted, so we have to conquer it once again. I think it's the 3rd time during the game. Yay! Achievements unlocked! Well, that's it for today, boys and girls. Thanks a lot for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, sub and leave a comment below the video. All these actions will help this video and the channel to grow. Sending you positive vibes, stay safe, much love, and see you tomorrow.